Alright, today we are going to be working with scatter plots and lines of best fit. We are on section 4.4 of Algebra 1, and if you'll turn with me to page 106, please. We're on page 106. Alright, for scatter plots, it'll help if you have a clear ruler, so go ahead and find yourself a clear ruler. If you don't have a clear ruler, also use a piece of spaghetti. So, I've got both with me. We'll use both. And on we go. So the first thing you want to do when you're looking at a scatter plot is you want to find a line of best fit. What a line of best fit does is a line of best fit has about equal number of points above and below the line. So that's why a clear ruler will help you. A piece of spaghetti will help because you can see above and below the line. So let's draw on our line right here. Pretty straight line. It was a little flexible, but pretty straight line. Maybe a few more points below than above. But there I have my line of best fit. So what I want to do first is I want to determine if I have a positive or a negative slope. Well, my line goes up this way, so I have a positive, this is a positive slope. And I also have a fairly number of equal points above and below, maybe a few extra below. It's not going to make a huge difference, but if I were to redo the line, well, now most more above. So some line in between those two would be my line of best fit. What conclusions can you make from, we haven't written an equation yet. We're going to get into the equation in just a second. Okay. So, but what conclusions could we make about our line? So, this is our husband's age going up. This is the wife's age going up. What conclusions can we make? Fairly safe to say that as the husband's age goes up, the wife's age goes up. So we could say there is a linear correlation between the age of the spouses. Right? It's fairly obvious that as the husband's age goes up, the wife's age also goes up. So, okay. Now if you'll turn with me to page 109, we'll go straight into the extra practice. I'll do the evens, well, plus number 1. I'll do the evens and number 1. You do the odds, and then you'll have the worksheet to do. Okay. The scatter plot shows the weight in pounds of a baby over time. What is the weight of the baby when the baby is 4 months old? Okay, so here's the age right here. At 4 months, he's 14 pounds. Okay. What is the age of the baby when the baby weighs 17.2 pounds? So 16, 18, so somewhere in the middle. It's not perfect, but somewhere in the middle here. Boom. The baby is 8 months old. What tends to happen with the way the baby as the age increases? As age increases, weight increases. Alright, and what we're going to do actually is we're going to show how to make a linear equation out of a scatter plot. So as we can see, this isn't an exact line. So we're going to go ahead and try and make a line with the similar number above and below. That's pretty good. We have a couple below, we have a couple above, a couple below. So that's an okay line right there. So in order to find to write the linear equation, if we're going to use slope-intercept form, I need a slope and I need a y-intercept. So if I look, according to my line comes off here, 6, 7, 8, 9. So right here is where my line comes off. So my y-intercept is 9. So at 0, I'm at 9. So there's my y-intercept. Now what about my slope? Well, let's pick 2 points that kind of are in the crosshairs that are easy to count. So here's one right here. We'll say this one's at 3, 12. Let's go to this one right here. So there's our line. Now these go up by 2, right? So I go from 12, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I go up 4. And these go up by 1. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4. So my slope is 4 over 4. Rise over run. So my slope is 4 over 4, which equals 1. So if I plug these into here, I get y equals 1x plus 9. Y equals 1x plus 9. And that's my linear equation. So for number 1, I would like you to have your linear equation also. So make sure you have that. All right, turn to page 110. We'll look at these scatter plots. Tell whether x and y show a positive correlation, a negative, or no correlation. So here, all of the dots, they're pretty much consistently going up. Consistently going up. I could draw a line here. I could have some of them above and some of them below, and it stays pretty on. This is a positive slope. So number 2 is a positive correlation. So see what you can do for number 3. Number 4, let's see. I've pretty much got dots all over the place. There's no general direction that they're going. So that's going to be no correlation. Okay, give yourself a try on number 5. And number 6, we'll do together. Excuse me. The table shows a depth, y, in centimeters, of water filling a bathtub after x minutes. So we have our x here, and our y here. Here we have the time, 0 minutes. We have 6 centimeters. At 2 minutes, we have 8. 4 minutes, 11, 6, 14, 8, 17, 10, 20, 12, 24. So let's first figure out our increments. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And for time, we're up to 12. So let's go by 2s. So this is 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So we went up by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8. Now going up for our depth, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8. And we have 24, so let's go by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24. Alright, and we're going to write an equation. Let's plot our points first. In order to write an equation, we need to plot our points. So we have 0, 6, 2, 8, 6, 7, 8, 4, 11, 6, 14, 8, 17, 10, and 20, and 12, and 24. So there's our points. So I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I'll use spaghetti just to see if we can get it to work. That is about it right there. There's my line, the best fit. So, write an equation. So y equals mx plus b. So I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. Oh, there's my y-intercept right there. My y-intercept is 6. I already have that. So let's check out my slope. None of those really hit right on the corner except for those right on the cross. So I'm actually going to do the slope for this whole thing. So I go from 6 to 24. So that's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18. So I have a rise of 18. And I have a run, and these go by 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 18 over 12, those are both divisible by 6. So I get 3 over 2. So my slope is 3 over 2. So it's a positive slope, 3 over 2, that makes sense. So I have y equals mx plus b. So I have y equals my slope times x plus my y-intercept. There's my linear equation from the scatter plot. Okay, interpret the slope and y-intercept of the line of best fit. So, the biggest thing with these charts and these graphs is we want to interpret the data. We want to be able to interpret the data. And so what I'm gathering here is that for every 3 centimeters, for every 3 centimeters of gain, here I have my slope. For every 3 centimeters gain, 2 minutes elapses. In other words, every 2 minutes I get 3 more centimeters of water. Or every 2 minutes I gain 3 centimeters of high quality H2O. So that's the interpretation of this graph. Every 2 minutes I gain 3 centimeters. And I'm starting off at 6. I'm starting off right here. So after the first 2 minutes, I'll go from 6 to 9. That's how I interpret the graph. Alright, you only have a couple more to do. A couple more to do in your workbook. And then go and open up that worksheet and do problems 1 through 4. Okay, have a wonderful day.